Aloha mai kākou. Welcome to ʻAʻA ʻŌLELO virtual Hawaiian language class. Today is Po'alua, Kala Iwakalu Komono o Yanuali, and today we'll be talking about ʻOpaʻa number 15. A little bit different. It's just going to be me tonight because in a regular class we had a special guest, which I'll be posting a little bit later. But I just wanted to go over this ʻOpaʻa with you, which is a continuation from last week's ʻOpaʻa. But yeah, normally this is what we do. This is our normal beginning to a class. Aloha mai kākou ina haumana. Welcome to our ʻAʻA ʻŌLELO virtual Hawaiian language class. It's a beautiful day in Hawaii, a beautiful day in Hawaii, which would be my okay, so if you guys could just, like normal, please type your answers in the chat or in the comments, whatever you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, Google Classroom. Owai koinoa and noho ia. What is your name and where do you live? Again, my name is Kumukahanuola Solatorio, and I'm joining you from Kewalu'uka on the island of Oahu. Our loina, again, even though we don't have people in the class besides me, these are just some loina that we always practice, not only in the class, but yeah, throughout our whole life. So, first one, e ho'opili mai, repeat after me. Aloha kekahi kekahi. Aloha kekahi kekahi, meaning love one another. We are an ohana. Okay, next we have ho'ihi aku, ho'ihi mai, e ho'opili mai. Ho'ihi aku, ho'ihi mai. I can hear you and you sound very good. Be respectful on camera and in the chat. Just be respectful, period. Okay, and then thirdly, we have ekule kanu'u, e ho'opili mai, ekule kanu'u. Louder. Okay, strive to be the very best you can be. And then lastly, ʻAʻA ʻŌLELO mai hila hila. ʻAʻA ʻŌLELO mai hila hila. This one is my motto that I try to live by. Dare to speak, don't be shamed in class. Good? Okay. Our oli, if you guys can just chant with me, e ho mai. E ho mai ka ike mai luna mai e. O nā mea huna no eo, o nā mele. E ho mai, e ho mai, e ho mai e a e ho mai. Ka ike mai luna mai e, o nā mea huna no eo, o nā mele. E ho mai, e ho mai, e ho mai e a e ho mai. Ka ike mai luna mai e, o nā mea huna no eo, o nā mele. E ho mai, e ho mai, e ho mai e. Our kupuna are with us, and let's have a good class. All right, so our unit this week, ʻOpaʻa 15, is about Aliʻi Wahine, and that is Hawaiian female royalty. So last week we focused on the 8 reigning monarchs from Kamehameha Paiʻea, Liholiho, Kauikeauli, Alexander Liholiho, Kapuaʻiwa, Lunalilo, David Kalakaua, and Queen Liliuhokalani. So that was our 8 reigning monarchs. This unit was more continuation off of that, and it's more focused on the wahine, or the female ali'i, because behind every man is a strong, fierce, beautiful woman that calls the shots. Maybe behind a whole opinion mine, behind Kumukahani, is student cousin Capcray. I mean, let's face it, she's a whole opinion mine. It's not me, it's her. So yeah. So we're gonna focus on the Aliʻi Wahine, and again, it's more, to create sentences. So this is more to focus on our ʻUa pattern, our past tense pattern. If you don't remember, ʻUa shows something that was done in the past. So if you want to say she walked, she ran, she ruled, she ran the world, whatever, you would say ʻUa. ʻUa blank, ʻUa, and the blank goes to painu. Ua painu, then your piko, your subject. She, let's say she ran. Ua holo oia, ua holo oia. Okay, so keep that in mind when we continue to translate these sentences. Okay, so which ali'i Hawaii do you try to emulate in your life? And what are some lessons you learned from our ali'i? For me, I try to emulate, and they're pretty much all wahine. We have Pauahi. I was a proud graduate. I am a proud graduate of the Kamehameha School's Kapalama campus, and Pauahi is a very important person to my life because I actually went to Kamehameha from kindergarten, I would say preschool, 2 years of preschool, so I'm an extra lifer. I worked at expirations after I graduated during the summers. I got scholarships from Naho'okama and Imina'awau for my bachelor's and my master's, and I'm currently employed there right now for my day job. I'm a Hawaiian language high school Hawaiian language teacher, and I love it. So again, Pauahi, I try to emulate her generosity and her aloha for her people. Also Ruth Ke'elikolani, because I'm a big girl. Nah, just kidding. But her too, she was generous and giving in so many ways, but she was kind of the opposite of Pauahi. She wasn't as like great, like dainty, and she had power. She was steadfast. She was strong. She was firm. She would only tell people to ʻŌLELO Hawaii to her. If you couldn't speak English, she would only speak to you in Hawaiian. All of her meetings with the Haole businessmen were run in Hawaiian. So she's another person that I try to emulate in my life. And both of them, all of my ali'i have taught me so many lessons about resilience, about aloha aina, patriotism, and just about love for my lahui. That's all there is that we can give love and support to our lahui. So with that being said, our ʻŌLELO ʻEAU at the bottom is ʻEo puali'i, meaning to have a heart of a chief, to have the heart of a chief. And keep that in mind because it's our ali'i are important, and they taught us so much. Okay, so moving on, our questions. We have about 6 or 7, I believe, Aliʻi Wahine, and our first question on each of the three slides for each Aliʻi Wahine is going to be e hoʻopili mai o wai keia Aliʻi Hawaii. O wai keia Aliʻi Hawaii. So who is this Hawaiian monarch? If you look at the picture, this ali'i right here, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's an interpretation of what they think she would look like. But this ali'i is synonymous with the lehulu mamo, and then also with this white streak of hair right here. So if you see that, as well as this kahili pa'alima and this leini hopalawa. So this picture, I know there's many interpretations of what she may have looked like, but this picture is ka'ahumanu. Okay? E ho'opili mai ka'ahumanu. Don't forget the ofina, ka'ahumanu. Okay? So o ka'ahumanu, o vai keia li'i Hawaii, o ka'ahumanu keia li'i Hawaii. Okay? So this Hawaiian chief, or this monarch, is ka'ahumanu. Okay? You could say was, but ka'ahumanu, even though she's not physically here on this earth, she's here spiritually, so she will always be ka'ahumanu. So there's no is ka'ahumanu, was ka'ahumanu. She always will be ka'ahumanu. Okay? And then our next question, e ho'opili mai, pehea keia ali'i Hawaii. Pehea keia ali'i Hawaii. So how is this Hawaiian monarch? It's more asking like how they are as a person, or how they are as a leader, how they are as a Hawaiian. So our answer for that would be e ho'opili mai, he wahine. And then for this, you're going to put powerful. So what is the word for powerful? What is the word for power? Correct, mana. So he wahine mana keia li'i Hawaii. He wahine mana keia li'i Hawaii. This monarch is a powerful woman. I hope that makes sense because I don't see anyone, so I don't know if it doesn't make sense, but okay. we'll go with it makes sense. So, o vai ke aliʻi Hawaii, o ka ahumanu ke aliʻi Hawaii, he hea ke aliʻi Hawaii, he wahine mana ke aliʻi Hawaii. All right, and then the third slide of each aliʻi will be 3 sentences, Hawaiian. Hopefully then you can translate them into English. And what I want to do, I want to kind of decrease the size and this, that way I can type in the answers for you. So the first sentence, I'm going to give you some time to translate it. So if you don't know how to, or if you want to take a chance to translate it, maybe just pause right here and then you can type in your translation and then play and see if you got it right. Okay, so e hoʻopili mai, ua hānau ia o ka ahumanu ma ke kahiana ma hana Hawaii. Okay, so we have some new words that we may have not known before. So hanau ia, you heard hanau before, but hanau ia means to be born, the act of being birthed. That's a weird word, but birthed. Okay, so ua hanau ia o ka ahumanu. Ka ahumanu was birthed, birth, born. Ma ke kahiana, in what's a ana? We have ana, makua ana, or yeah, if you go to makua, there's an ana over there. It's a hole in the mountain. If you go in there, you may be scared. There's bats. Yes, a cave. Okay, so Ka'ahumanu was born in a cave in Hana mode. Okay, so that was a little bit about her, her birth story, I guess. And then next one, ua male o Ka'ahumanu. It's supposed to be ya. Ya kamehameha e kahi. Oia kana wahine punahele. O leila, male, it's not male, okay? It's male. Or male, male sounds like mare, marry. Or mare, o ka'ahumanu, ya kamehameha e kahi. So, ka'ahumanu, marry, kamehameha, pai'ea e kahi. Oia kana wahine punahele. So when you see wahine, you know that means woman, wife. Punahele means favorite. So you can put those two together and say, and she was his favorite wife. He had 22 or 20, or around that number. So being one of 22, that means you must be pretty good. Ka'ahumanu was that favorite wife. Okay. Then you have ʻŌLELO o ka'ahumanu I kuhina nui, ua noho aliʻi ʻoia me holiho. So Ka'ahumanu, even though she was a woman, and at that time ali'i or mo'i weren't wahine, but ʻŌLELO o Ka'ahumanu became a kuhina nui. They made a special position for her, and that was to, just like a overseer. Kuhina nui is like a, I don't know what the word is in English. I just know it in Hawaiian. It's kuhina nui. But she became like that, a fellow leader, and she also reigned or ruled over the monarchy with Liholiho, who was her, I guess, stepson. So Ka'ahumanu became, let's look it up. Why don't we? I mean, it's a way of technology for Kuhinanu. Is a powerful officer in the days of the monarchy. There you go. She was a powerful officer. I could have said that. Powerful officer. And she reigned or ruled with Liholiho. Okay. Those are 3 examples for Ka'ahumanu. We might go through these next ones a little faster, just because I'm talking to no one. So, it's kind of weird, but hey, no one's going to talk back to me, so that's great. Okay, so Aliʻi Hawaii. Who is this Hawaiian monarch? You want to take a guess? Another one of my favorites. Actually, all of these women are, what is that word? Bosses. They're bosses. Like, if they could have led our lahui, we probably would still be sovereign. Oops, did I say that? Yes, I did. If Emma became queen, I think we would still be our own nation. Sue me. Okay, so Ovai Aliʻi Hawaii, who is this Hawaiian monarch? O Emma Kaleleo na Lani Rook, Aliʻi Hawaii. And oh yeah, we're gonna go into more about her. So Pehea Aliʻi Hawaii. How is this Hawaiian monarch? He wahine, or this monarch is a horseback riding woman. That may seem like a weird sentence to put, but she was known as He wahine Hololio. He wahine Hololio, a horseback riding woman. So He wahine Hololio ke Aliʻi Hawaii. She was a horseback riding woman. She was very skilled in that art of riding horses. I mean, I could try to ride a horse, but it would probably break its legs. Okay, so Emalani was very gracious, very regal, very poised. Riding horses wasn't for everyone. Ruth K. Nicolani didn't ride a horse, but Emma did. And she was very that kind of woman. She was that kind of lady. She was a lady, yeah. She's lovely. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. So wahana ia o Emma makala elua o January kamaka 1836. So I put Emma. Normally I would put Kalele Nalani, but does it look like we have space over here? No, we do not. So I went to short name Emma. So Emma, again, you saw this, was born on the 2nd of January. In the year 1836. Okay, so that's the first sentence. Ua hoa'o oia e lilo I ka mo'i ho o Hawaii a ua aloha kala hui iaia. So after Luna Lilo's passing, the 6th Ali'i, reigning Ali'i, there was an election between Emma Kalaleona and David Kalakaua. Obviously she lost, but the thing was, the people loved her. All of Hawaii, the Lahui loved her. She was the popular vote. If we put it into terms that we use nowadays, she was the popular vote. But this cabinet or legislature at the time wanted Kalakaua to win, and he won the election at the time. But it didn't, it still showed that she was powerful to even try and to even go out there and be vulnerable and put herself out there to be in this election between Kalakaua. So she tried to become the next, just say, royal of Hawaii, and the nation loved her. I'm like typing today. So the thing with her though is that she was already kind of a royal because she was married to Alexander Lihonakamana IV. So she was already queen at the time, but she just wanted to, not stand next to the king. She wanted to wear the crown and be the overall governing ali'i over everyone. So, she was making her boss moves over that at that time. Again, I personally, and don't quote me, but I think if she was the ali'i, if she won the election, we would be a sovereign nation today. Okay, and lastly, ua makemake o Emma e hololio a maikaʻi loa kona hololio ana. So we heard hololio before was horseback riding, but this is a new sentence structure right here. So maikaʻi loa, you guys know that, very good. Kona hololio ana. Her, what is hololio? Horseback riding. Okay, ana shows up. Ing, riding. So Emma liked to ride horses, I guess. And her horseback riding, let's just put abilities, were very good. Okay. Nice. That was Emma. Again, we don't have that much time, so let's just move on to our next one. Owai kei ali'i Hawaii. O kapi'olani kei ali'i Hawaii. Okay? Kapi'olani. E ho'opili mai, kapi'olani. The heavenly arch. The heavenly arch. Okay, so pehea kei ali'i Hawaii. How is this Hawaiian monarch? He wahine thoughtful kei ali'i Hawaii. So thoughtful. If you look up on vehe vehe, I think I found no'o no'o, which I don't know if that sounds right to me, but I mean, Puku'i's not wrong. Let's just look up thoughtful again. For our own personal reasons. Thoughtful, yeah, no, no. So he wahine, no, no. Kei ali'i Hawaii. This woman is a thoughtful, this monarch is a thoughtful woman. Okay, Wahanau ia oia makala 31, okay, keke mapa, ikamakiki 1831. So easy. This is probably going to be on all the ali'i slides. So she was born on December 31st, New Year's Eve, in the year 1834. Okay? O male oia ya David Kalakaua, a he mo'i wahine mai ka iloa oia. So male, mare, marry. She married, who did she marry? Correct the mundo. David Kalakaua, the hikua nalani, and he mo'i wahine mai ka iloa oia. So she was a very good queen. She's a queen. She's a queen. Period, and that's on period point. Okay, and then our third one, Oho Ka'io Kapi'olani I Enelani, no Kayupile Hula, no Queen Victoria. So there's a lot of new words that we may have not heard before. Ka'i, Enelani, Upile, Hula. It's a different hula than what you're thinking. So Kapi'olani traveled to Enelani. Think biscuits and tea, crumpets, and all that good jazz, and you go to the Buckingham Palace, and kind of offensive, but yes, Enelani is England. Loka Upile is for the Jubilee for Queen Victoria. And the kula in this case is not referring to school, it's referring to kula or gold. So the golden jubilee for Queen Victoria, so her 50th birthday. Yeah, 50th birthday in Aliʻi. A cool little story about that is that kind of like here, genealogy and rank is so important up there in England at that time. So the funny thing is that at her coronation, not her coronation, at the Jubilee, Kapi'olani sat in front of the Queen because her genealogy went farther back. I mean, she could trace her genealogy farther back than Queen Victoria. So, boom. Those are boss moves right there. Those are, I'm a boom, bum, 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 bum. You know the words. Those are boss moves, you know. Hawaii, they come all the way on these two beautiful Hawaiian women, Kapi'olani and Emalani, travel from Hawaii all the way to England. Of course, they're probably the only, you know, brown colored woman in their vicinity around all these Ikea. And you won't sit in front of the Queen at her own Jubilee. Yes, you are, because you're a boss. So thank you, Kapi'olani, for being that boss. Moving on to our next boss. Owai kei ali'i Hawaii. I mean, look, she's beautiful. She is beauty, and she's praised. She's Miss Hawaii. Okay, never mind. Okay, so, Owai kei ali'i Hawaii. O Ke'eli Kolani Kei Ali'i Hawaii. O Ruth Ke'eli Kolani Kei Ali'i Hawaii. Remember that name. She is a very important, very powerful woman in Hawaiian history. I mean, look at that face. It's nothing but power. She's Mama Nui. She's Big Mama. Okay, so Pehe Ke Ali'i Hawaii This monarch is a steadfast woman. So there's a few words for steadfast, but we're going to go with the word kupa'a. E ho'opili mai kupa'a. He wahine kupa'a ke ali'i Hawaii. This no. This monarch is a steadfast woman. He wahine kupa'a ke ali'i Hawaii. And our sentences, let's see if you can do this on your own. I'll give you guys 10 seconds. 10. Let me check my phone and check my all that good stuff on my phone. Oh, okay. So again, another birth or born. Ruth was born on February 9th in the year 1826. Okay, so her birthday is coming up February 9th, which is a Monday, Tuesday, I believe. So celebrate her birthday, buy her birthday cake. A big mama birthday cake. Okay. Well, malama oya ina halawaya pau mako ʻŌLELO Hawaii ʻŌLELO. So halawai is meeting or like council. Malama is, yes, it means to take care, but in this case, it's going to be like held or she conducted. I'll just say that. ʻŌLELO Hawaii, you guys know, ʻŌLELO is only. So, what would that show? She conducted all of her meetings in Hawaiian only, or in the Hawaiian language. In only the Hawaiian language. So that doesn't make sense. You get the gist. Okay? Because she was the boss. She was the boss. She's a boss ass Ruth. I said ass. I'm gonna get fired. No, I'm not. Okay, next. Waha'avi oya I kona mau aina yapa wahi. Kona hoa hanau punahele. The wording or the grammar in this sentence is kind of weird, just because I didn't have that much space. But waha'avi means to give. Kona is her. Mau aina shows that it's more than one land or one landmass. Pauahi, you'll learn more about her, but Pauahi is the name. Hoahana is cousin, and you remember Punahele. So, what is that? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She gave her lands to Pauahi, her favorite cousin. Imagine, at that time, Ruth was the richest woman in all of Hawaii. She had all this land that she inherited from Kamehameha. She had all of this wealth and material, valuable things that she just inherited and she owned. And she didn't have any kids to give that valuables to, so she chose to give it to her favorite cousin, Pauahi, and they had a beautiful relationship. They loved each other very much, and I mean, if Ruth didn't give Pauahi that land, Kamehameha schools would not have been made. So, again, boss. She's a. I need to get a life. Okay, next. Owaikei Aliʻi Hawaii. Again, one of my favorites. We had Ruth before. This is the one we were talking about in the third question. O Pauahi ke Aliʻi Hawaii. Kei Aliʻi Hawaii. So, o Bernice Pauahi, Bishop ke Aliʻi Hawaii. We'll just call it Bernice Pauahi. Okay? Pehea ke Aliʻi Hawaii. This monarch is a generous woman. Okay, so generous is loko mai kaʻi, e hoʻopili mai, loko mai kaʻi. Mai kaʻi loa. He wahine loko mai kaʻi ke Aliʻi Hawaii. This monarch is a generous woman. And if you don't know the Kamehameha schools, or if you don't know her legacy, you better learn it. You better learn that. So Pauahi, I'm not even gonna. You should research her because she's a hero to many Hawaiians out there. Okay, so wahanau ia o Pauahi makala 19, unukumaiwa o kekia mapa, i ka makeki, unukumawalu kana koluku makahi, 1831. So Pauahi was born on December 19th, 1831. Okay, and on that day, the Kamehameha schools, all three campuses, held for the Founders Day, her birthday. Just to honor her, sing songs about her, dance hula about her, give her thanks to her. But again, I try and emulate her every day of my life. And remember and thank her every day of my life, not just on her birthday. Okay, next. O Abner Paki, Lawa o Laura Konia, Kona Mau Makua. So this isn't a ua sentence, but it's kind of a pretty easy one. If you just look at this first one, last word, you can kind of figure out what we're saying. So Abner Paki and Laura Konia are her. These are her parents, and she comes from very, 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 very sacred and royal blood. I mean, this really kind of say much more than that, but yeah, she she's great granddaughter of Kamehameha Paia via Laura Konia, and the thing I love about her is that she is the most humble person that I've learned about in Hawaiian history. She was offered the throne from her cousin Lakapua Iwa, who wanted to marry her and offer her the throne. But she didn't want it. She didn't want that kuleana. She felt that her kuleana was somewhere else. And she was right, because, again, if she became queen, I mean, I don't know. We don't know what would have happened, but I don't think the Kamehameha schools would have been made. I mean, we could beg to differ, but yeah. I think whatever happened in history was meant to happen, and we always get mad and we get angry about, oh, I wish they didn't. I wish the Holly business thing didn't come and steal our land. I mean, we just gotta get over it. I mean, I know it's hard to get over. We're still angry about it, but if we could go back in time and change history, we would have done it already. All of us would have done it already, but we can't. So what we got to do now is educate not only our people, educate the world about our history and undo the injustices that occurred. Like, simple as that. Which we can work on together. I'm not going to go any more deep into that. So, Uho'omaka o Pauahi I ke kula o Kamehameha ma Hawaii. So, Pauahi started, Ho'omaka, ke kula. This is not gold anymore. This is actual kula. So, the Kamehameha skills. No na kamali'i Hawaii. So, kamali'i is kind of like keiki, or it is keiki. So, for the children of Hawaii. Okay. Again, my boss. This is my boss. Literally, she's my boss. I work for her. So, hi, boss. Okay. I think we're good with that. We have two more, which is Miriam Likelike, Pinili Polani's sister, younger sister. And then also we have Victoria Kaiulani, which is Miriam Likelike's daughter. But I think you can do these on your own. They're not that hard. You guys can pretty much figure it out. But I just wanted to wrap up because I felt like I took 4 hours, but I didn't know how long I was speaking. But okay, so this is just a quick video about Kaleimo'i, which is in your Google Classroom. You can check that out. Talking about the 8 Royal Ali'i from last week's unit. Then you have your Ha'awina flip grid, which I just want you to create 7 sentences about the 7 Ali'i Hawaii that we talked about. Could be ua, could be anything, could be o kaiulani, ke'iali'i. It could be simple as that. Just trying your best to figure out a sentence for each of the 7. Okay, we have t-shirts that we're selling. Lahe lahu I ko'oko'a ko'u. Mine is a nation of independence, which we're going through Hula's life. So you can check out those shirts online with this website, which I'll post on the Google Classroom as well too. And then lastly, next class will be next week, February. It'll be back to regular, so an actual class, not me talking to frickin' Casper and his ghost friends, my ghost friends. Okay, but February 2nd, so I'll send out the link in a little bit to sign up, maybe sometime this weekend. Yeah, if you have questions, email me, put them in the comments, whatever. Love you. Have a beautiful day and have a email. We home.